Hi Branden! So welcome to our channel. This is Franz Rodriguez from Pageant Philippines, and welcome to the Philippines as well.
Thank you.
So how was it? How's the preparation for Mr. International so far?
It's gone well. I had a bit of a crunch time that I had to get everything situated, but coming from my pageant background, I knew what I needed to get done. And a big part of it was just being focused. You know, it's like when a horse is in a race, it has its blinders on. Instead of looking to the left or to the right, just focusing on like how can I really sharpen all my skill sets and be prepared for this international competition. And that's exactly what I did.
All right. So you mentioned that you came from another pageant. You had a previous pageant back then, like it was last year, I guess.
Yes,
So,
I've done a couple of pageants before, yeah.
So going back to that now, if you're going to look back on your performance, on how you did from the previous pageants you had, was there any lesson or is there any lesson that you've learned from it that you can make use on your journey or on your competition right now with Mr. International?
Yes, I actually just finished sharing that sometimes I get into pageants and I'm so goal oriented that I forget to be in the present. So this time I'm pretty excited to just breathe in every single moment that's going to be happening. And also last time my physique was not at the level that it is now. So that was one of my biggest things that I had to learn. I was like, all right, well, it helps when you have a better physique. So I definitely got serious into training, supplements, did some EMS training, just really targeting all the muscles of the body to make sure that I could show up physically but also mentally ready.
Which one is more significant or more important, to be physically prepared or mentally prepared?
Mentally, because I mean, the car can't get anywhere without an engine. You could have a beautiful car, but if you have no engine, it can't get you anywhere. So if your mind is not prepared, you could be looking amazing, but then you still feel worthless on the inside. It's not going to help you out. So I definitely work on priming the mind, and the body will follow. But in order to show up to these things, you have to first believe in yourself, believe in the greatness you have, and everything else. The physique and everything comes along with it. It's just a manifestation of what you're already believing inside.
Okay, of course, everyone expected now to, or I mean, everyone is expected now to offer something with Mr. International. So, what do you have on your plates?
I'm sorry?
What do you have on your plate to offer with Mr. International?
What do you mean?
I mean, what can you offer to Mr. International?
What can I offer to this competition?
Yes.
Definitely a performance of excellence. Every single task that they give me, I'm going to put forth maximum effort to show up. And also letting other people know what it is to show up in a male pageantry. One of my biggest dreams is to be a renowned pageant candidate, to take male pageantry to the level of like Miss International, Miss World, Miss Universe. And it's because of how serious the candidates take it, how we show up online, the level of professionalism. And one of my biggest things is to set the example for that. So when other young men see what it is to be in a pageant, they look forward to it and they're like, hey, I want to try that. Because a lot of these young men have dreams to do this. They don't even know it exists. But at the same time, some of the other candidates have kind of dropped the ball before in previous years in just how they represent themselves online. And I'm really big on like setting an example and having a level of professionalism. So I'm here to give the prime example of what a male pageant is supposed to be.
Oh, that's great. So, what are you looking forward then for Mr. International?
I am looking forward to competing for a world title. I thought I was done. I was done going for the international competitions, but I said I'm going to give it one more go. And I'm really looking forward to representing my bloodline, Cuba. My grandparents recently went there, and it was a bit of a tragedy. So I think it's a beautiful thing when they can have an international model who has experience to represent their country. Just because they don't really get a lot of blessings day in and day out, you know. And it's beautiful. And when I actually spoke to my grandparents, they said thank you. They said, thank you for representing our bloodline, because I was born in Miami, but my mom and dad were born in Cuba, their parents were born in Cuba, their parents were born in Cuba, so I'm pretty much Cuban. I was just I'm an alien thrown into the American soil. But it's an amazing thing to celebrate and to be a part of that culture, because it's exactly where all my features come from. It's where my taste in music comes from. It's where when people see me dancing, that's where it all comes from, my Spanish roots. So it's an amazing thing to represent Cuba, and I'm really looking forward to just giving it my all one more time.
So is there any somehow similarities of your roots, which is Spanish Cuban,
Yeah.
with the Philippines?
Yes, paella, lechon. There's a couple things, and you guys have flan, right? You have like a flan. So
That's
the
right.
dishes are definitely similar.
Leche flan.
Some of the words too, because I've been learning some of the words like mesa, cubierto, coche. So I've been learning those as well.
Guapo.
But beyond that, I think also just like the way we celebrate very similar. Like hanging outdoors, having the barbecue, kind of being outside with the music till like
Dance and foods.
yes, but also the parties that go on to the never-ending goodbye, where you say goodbye but you're not really leaving, because then you hug each other again. That's a Hispanic thing as well. So I think there's a lot of mix between the cultures because of the Spaniard influence that we've had.
All right.
And the roosters and the chickens.
Ex-
Cuba's filled with roosters and chicken statues.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And of course, the culture, the religion. Yeah.
Yes, Catholic religion as well.
All right. So thank you so much, and looking forward on your journey, of course. And yes.
Yes.
Um,
Thank you for all the support.
I'll see more of you. Okay,
Yes.
in the coming days.
Day one.
Yes. All right. So thank you so much, Branden, and good luck.
Thank you so much.
Audio Jungle.